Hello and welcome to another recording of me showing some of the modeling work I've been doing for the impressions of a possible site at Honey Hill. This is the move of the Cambridge wastewater treatment plant from Milton to the proposed site at Honey Hill near Horningsea and Fen Ditton and Quay. It pretty much sits right in the middle of those three villages, with Quay over here, Horningsea over there, which is the green area, and Fen Ditton just over here, with Fen Ditton Primary School on this plot of land here. Honey Hill is currently greenbelt area. You can see the A14 running along here, and I have just put some basic structures in the landscape to give an idea of scale. There is primary treatment. I have not got pre-treatment in yet. There's primary filtration treatment here, aeration, secondary treatment. We've got sludge treatment over here, and then we've got the sludge drying basements just here, for which all of these structures I have simply taken the size of the existing structures in the Milton, the current Milton site, and place some of these structures here. This is not as much as many drying beds as you would see at Milton, and there is potentially slightly more volume in the secondary filtration, and then a bit less volume in the primary filtration. It's just to give an idea. I don't know of the extra or the actual scale of the site in terms of what will be designed and calculated by Anglian Water. You will recognize some of these buildings here as buildings that you will have been able to see in on the Milton site. So I've put some digester towers in. These are 26 meters above ground, not sunk in like they are partially sunk in at Milton. And then you'll see some of these buildings here that are similar in shape to the ones that we see at the Milton site. Buildings that are part of the sludge treatment area on the site. So if I just whiz you over to the Milton site, you can see what I believe is primary treatment right here. This is pre-treatment over here. Then there are sludge drying beds right here and there. From what I understand, I may get this slightly wrong. There are some storm tanks over here to deal with overflow during heavy rainfall. There's also a storm lagoon over here, which I believe also deals with overflow during heavy rainfall. You can see that in this picture the lagoon is actually empty and dry. Then there's aeration right here, and secondary clarifiers right there, with the aeration, more aeration, secondary clarifiers over here. So what I have done is I've taken 8 of these secondary clarifier basins and put them on the site. The other thing that you can see is that there are some, this site over here is the sludge treatment site, and it comprises of a number of buildings. I've mimicked this building over here, this building over here, and I've put in 3 tanks like these ones just here, which I've all made stand proud 26 meters above ground, as was indicated by Anglian Water. So that's what we actually see on the site right here. The site is getting quite a lot bigger now, bigger than what I had previously modeled, and that's mainly because I have put these sludge drying beds in. They're pretty simple still. I have not put any of the rakes in or any of the machinery that you see on top of these, but they should give you a pretty good idea of the scale. These are 50 by 140 meters in dimension, and there are 3 of them. You can just see how they are slightly separated from each other. I think at the Milton site they're pretty much very close together. I've just slightly separated them to show you how they sit in landscape. The The height of these I have set to 3 meters, which is approximately what I've measured using Google Earth measuring on the existing site. So what does this look like from the bridge here, where we have Heidish Road along here, where you would drive into Fen Ditton, and then here's the little lay-by with the I think it's called the Bridge of Reeds, but it's Fen Droveway that runs along here. So standing on the bridge right here, the site would now, with all of these structures, look like this, which is, you know, it's getting to be more intrusive. I have of course not modeled any trees, which I do intend to do, and put some tree lines in along the road here that should be more representative of what trees there are, but you can start to see that this is now starting to become a site that is similar in size to all of what Horningsea takes up. Anglian Water have said that the site would approximately take up 22 hectares, and then of course the surrounding area may also need tertiary clarifying or tertiary treatment areas in the form of you know, it's essentially wetlands where effluent can go. Either that or effluent goes straight into the river over here. As I understand it, I'm still learning about wastewater treatment, something that I hadn't really counted on for 2021, but anyway. So that is what I have modeled so far. I also usually take my vantage point from over this corner of the field, which is just on the edge of Horningsea. So let's just do that for a moment and see what this looks like now. Let's get down to ground level, and you can see that, you know, those buildings, even the lower ones that are 5 meters tall, are possibly visible. There are some tree lines here, so I would imagine only the bigger ones will really be visible from this angle. But it's a pretty big installation, and it can be seen from, certainly from the air, from far and wide. Okay, so that's the update on the model. Curious to hear if people have comments, what I might be getting wrong here. I think that I probably need to place more structures and pipe work and things like that, and then maybe get some road networks in and see how access from the A14 might be put in to serve the site, because I think there's approximately 140 lorry movements a day that need to happen on this site, so that's quite a lot. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.